Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on Not a Nail Tech, I'm starting off with Lilac Breeze and putting on a base coat of this, and I'm trying to recreate these nails by Mimi Yaga. I think they're really gorgeous. They're a bit like cosmic. I keep referring to them as Milky Way because they look like drippy milk. I think they're really cute anyway. So I'm just going in with a couple of coats of this Lilac Breeze as the base just to make sure it's totally opaque. Make sure to cure in between those, and then we're going to get started on some really pretty design. You can totally do these in different colours, add on different elements to it. They're quite versatile really. Next I'm going in with Ultra Matte Coat once that's cured, and this is just to give me a matte base because I'm going to be doing some sponging on top of this, and it just means that the gel polishes will have something a little bit more to grab onto, because on the shiny surfaces you're not going to get the gel polish sticking to it as much when it's on a sponge. Next I'm going in with Forget Me Not now that's cured and just dabbing that on with a sponge, and I'm just putting them on in kind of random places just so all of the different colours I'm putting on will merge together and it'll be a little bit cloudy and pretty. Next I'm using Prima, so I haven't cured the last little bit that I've done with Forget Me Not, and I'm just going in with this just so I can blend them together a little bit. And I'm just going in some different areas and smoothing them together. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going back in with Lilac Breeze and just filling in kind of the gaps that I haven't used a sponge on, and it'll just help everything blend a little bit better. When I'm happy with the blend, I'm going to stick it in the lamp and then just go back over the sections I've done. I think I did 3 layers of the colours in the end, and that felt like it was enough, mainly because I didn't want super intense colour difference. I just wanted it to be a little bit cloudy and a little bit varied really, so you can see that colour does just build up on that 3rd layer. Once that's all cured, I'm going back in with our gel top coat nail sealer and just adding a layer of this, and I love using this if I've used any sponge work because using a sponge can leave a little bit of texture, so I tend to put this on and it evens it all out, and then I'm just going to go in and buff it all back down just to make sure that there's no texture on there at all. I want it to be really smooth. Once that's done, make sure to dust off any excess because you don't want any dust getting in your gel polishes, and I'm going in with some top coat and you'll see just how smooth that nail is now. I'm going to pop that into cure, and then I'm taking our Sapphire chrome pigment. So this is like an iridescent see-through sheer kind of chrome, and it's really pretty, and this is to just help push and pull all of those different colours so it shines in different ways when you move the nail around. It's really subtle but really adds a little bit of something else to the nail. I'm just dusting off the excess chrome there and then going in with our Ultra Matte Coat again, and that'll just seal all of that in for now, and it means we've got a matte base for the detail work that we're going to do next. I'm going to pop that into cure, and next I'm using Jack Frost in our Builder Gel in a bottle, and I'm using this to make those milky, drippy, cosmic, you know what I mean, you saw them in the first bit. So I'm just going in and adding some wiggly lines across the nail and then just adding the droplets in as well. So I'm just adding a line down and then just making it into more of a droplet shape. So if you've used Builder Gel in a bottle to do these kind of shape designs before, you'll know that there is a real knack to it, and you'll find when you use it that there are ways that you want to load it onto your brush and ways that you want to remove your brush from there, because they are a bit stringy, like stringy cheese when you move your brush away. One of the tricks I use is to actually roll the brush, and the Builder Gel does actually, you'll see it on this bit, if you roll the brush at the end you'll get it to release a little bit and you won't get any random bits of Builder Gel across the nail like you would if you just pulled the brush away. There we go, nice and clean. Once they're all cured, I'm just going in with the second coat of that Jack Frost over the drippy bits again. Once I'm happy with the 3D effect on that, I'm going to pop it in the lamp to cure, and then I'm taking Snow White and I'm going to be adding some stars and dots around the nail. So if you've seen my videos before, you know I love to do my stars like this. So just pop on a dot and then use a fine detail brush and pull it out top, bottom and sides, and it looks like a little twinkly star in the sky. Super, super easy, really effective and quite delicate as well. Once they're done, I'm just going in with a smaller dotting tool and just adding some random dots around the nail, and it'll just make them look a little bit more twinkly and a little bit more space-like, I think anyway. Once that's cured, I'm just going in with some top coat, and when you're putting top coat on your 3D elements, you want to make sure that you're basically putting it on and almost kind of wiping it back off in all of those crevices, because you don't want your top coat to pool in those areas, because it'll just end up removing how 3D the actual design is. It'll just make it look a little bit wobbly and bumpy rather than a really intentional 3D design. So like I say, get in all those nooks and crannies and pull that product back out so it doesn't pool. Once that's cured, and I have done a full set of these, you can see just how pretty they are, and I've continued the design across the nail so they kind of follow on a little bit. I think they've turned out really, really pretty, a little bit different as well, something unusual, and I have seen these done quite a lot online as well. They seem to be quite popular. Anyway, if you want any of the products I've used today, they'll be tagged in the video and linked down below as well. We hope to see you next time, guys. Please leave us a comment letting us know what you want to see next, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.